Is it finally time for the Los Angeles Lakers to turn the page on the LeBron James era? To most people, that might sound unthinkable. After all, we're talking about one of the greatest basketball players of all time, a global icon, a record breaker, a four-time NBA champion. Even at age 40, LeBron James continues to defy expectations, putting up impressive numbers and drawing massive attention to the Lakers organization. But not everyone is convinced that keeping LeBron around is what's best for the future of the team. Former NBA player Rashad McCants, now a co-host on Gilbert Arenas' podcast, recently made headlines with a bold and controversial take. According to him, the Lakers need to make a drastic change, and it starts by letting go of LeBron. This team needs to move on from LeBron and bring in some younger assets, McCants said. He still has value. He's not washed. You can definitely get something in return. But if you want to move forward, it's time to stop holding on to the past. And McCants didn't stop there. He also believes that Austin Reeves, a fan favorite and a rising role player for the Lakers, should be traded. And in his opinion, General Manager Rob Pelinka? He's part of the problem too. Trade Reeves, move on from LeBron, and fire Pelinka. Period. It's the only way this franchise can evolve. Now, let's take a step back. LeBron James is not on the trade block, at least, not officially. The Lakers have shown zero public interest in moving him, and James himself has a $52 million player option for next season. He could either opt in and stay in Los Angeles, or test free agency. But what McCants is suggesting isn't about LeBron's value in the present. It's about what the franchise wants for its future. You can't start a rebuild with LeBron still there, McCants argued. He's going to block the arrival of other stars. He wants to compete now. He wants to win now. But where does that leave the team in 2 or 3 years? Holding on to LeBron means delaying the inevitable. According to McCants, the smarter move would be to begin the rebuild now. If the plan is to build around Luka, then you need to surround him with defense. You can't do that while still trying to accommodate LeBron's style of play. It's a necessary step. That brings us to something many fans don't want to admit. LeBron James, at this stage in his career, may be more valuable to the brand of the Lakers than to their actual performance on the court. Yes, he still performs at a high level. Yes, he's one of the smartest and most durable players in the league. But as McCants points out, the Lakers have become heavily invested in the narrative of LeBron, in the spectacle, in the storylines, in the marketing machine. The storylines are done, McCants said. The Disney story of him playing with his son? That might not even happen. Nostalgia is cute, but you can't build a winning team on nostalgia. You have to look ahead. Because eventually, the circus ends. That circus, as McCants puts it, may be bringing in money and attention, but is it bringing championships? Is it bringing long-term sustainability? And more importantly, are the Lakers missing a rare opportunity? Look, it's almost unheard of for a 40-year-old player to bring value in a trade, McCants explained. But LeBron is the exception. He's still marketable. Still productive. If the Lakers are smart, they won't waste this chance. One major challenge, though, is the Lakers' current lack of flexibility. The franchise doesn't have its own first-round picks in the near future, and they don't have a deep bench of young talent that could be flipped into stars. That means the Lakers might be forced to trade one of their biggest names to get anything significant back, and in McCants' view, LeBron is the obvious candidate. Now, the big question, does LeBron actually want to leave? So far, the signs suggest he's planning to stay in Los Angeles. There's talk he'll opt into his deal or sign a short extension. He's settled there. His family's there. His son, Bronny James, was just drafted by the Lakers. But McCants warns that LeBron's history says otherwise. The last time LeBron hinted at leaving after the playoffs, he left, McCants recalled. He did it in Cleveland and went to Miami. He did it again and went to LA. So when he says he might leave, believe him. Don't brush it off. He could be in Dallas next month. It's not impossible. It's a hard pill to swallow for Lakers fans. LeBron James has become the face of the franchise over the past several years. He brought them a championship in 2020. He passed Kareem Abdul-Jabbar's all-time scoring record in purple and gold. He's rewritten history. But now, McCants is challenging the Lakers to ask a simple, painful question. What's more important, the legacy, or the future? Is it worth holding on to LeBron for one more run, if it means delaying what's next? Or is it time to say goodbye and start a new chapter? It's a conversation the Lakers may not want to have, but one they might need to. General Manager Rob Pelinka finds himself with a decision that could either set the franchise up for long-term success or plunge them into another cycle of desperation and regret. And if there's one lesson the Lakers should have already learned from their recent past, it's this: never sacrifice fit and depth for the allure of a flashy name. Looking back, it's impossible to ignore the infamous 2021 trade that will be remembered as one of the boldest, and ultimately most damaging, decisions in modern Lakers history. It was a move that shook the NBA world to its core. Russell Westbrook, the former MVP and one of the most electrifying players of his era, was traded to the Lakers, joining LeBron James and Anthony Davis to form what many believed would be an unstoppable trio. It was the kind of move that made headlines, with fans and analysts alike salivating at the thought of three superstars coming together to chase a championship. At first, it seemed like a slam dunk. Three MVP-caliber players, a roster brimming with star power, leadership, and experience. What could go wrong? The answer, unfortunately, came quickly. From the moment Westbrook stepped onto the floor in purple and gold, the issues became painfully clear. The fit simply wasn't there. Westbrook had always thrived with the ball in his hands, as a high-usage, tempo-pushing playmaker. But on a roster already dominated by two other ball-dominant stars in LeBron and AD, there was simply no room for a third. The team's offense was built around the strengths of its two biggest stars, and Westbrook, whose game revolves around aggressive drives to the basket and playmaking, struggled to find his role. Perhaps even more critical was the fact that Westbrook lacked the one skill the Lakers desperately needed: shooting. Without a reliable perimeter shot, Westbrook was rendered ineffective when he didn't have the ball. Defenders sagged off him, daring him to shoot from range, which clogged the lane and made it harder for LeBron and AD to operate inside. The result? A stagnant offense, clumsy ball movement, and an overall lack of spacing. The team's once dynamic offense became bogged down, and the defensive holes that had plagued the roster only worsened. As the season progressed, it became clear that the super team experiment was a bust. Westbrook's fit within the system was a failure, and the Lakers were left with a roster that, despite its star power, had lost its balance and cohesion. To make matters worse, in their pursuit of Westbrook, the Lakers had gutted their roster. Key role players like Kentavious Caldwell-Pope, Kyle Kuzma, and Montrezl Harrell were shipped out in the trade, along with a first-round pick. In trying to create a super team, the Lakers had sacrificed the very things that made their 2020 championship team so effective: defensive versatility, depth, and balance. It wasn't until the following season that the Lakers began to address the fallout. In a series of trades, they finally moved Westbrook, bringing in D'Angelo Russell, Malik Beasley, Jared Vanderbilt, and Rui Hachimura. The roster, though more balanced, still carried the scars of the previous mistake. The Lakers had wasted a season and a half on an experiment that simply didn't work, and the team's championship window had been severely compromised. Now, the Lakers find themselves once again in a critical position. The 2023-2024 season has come and gone, and once again, the team fell short of its championship aspirations. As they look ahead, there are rumors swirling about potential moves, big names available on the market. But this time, the stakes are higher. The Lakers cannot afford to make another Westbrook-like mistake. The lesson from that trade should resonate deeply within the front office. Fit and depth matter far more than the allure of big names. In today's NBA, it's no longer about stacking three superstars together and hoping for the best. The modern game is all about building smart, flexible, and cohesive teams. Look at the recent champions. The Denver Nuggets didn't need a big three. They needed continuity, unselfish stars, and reliable role players who knew their roles. The Milwaukee Bucks didn't need more star power. They needed depth, defense, and a well-rounded roster to complement Giannis Antetokounmpo. The Golden State Warriors? They thrived on chemistry, ball movement, spacing, and versatile defenders. That's the formula for success in today's NBA. The days of assembling super teams through blockbuster trades are behind us. They need players who can contribute when the stars rest, providing the depth and balance the team lost in the Westbrook trade. This off-season, the Lakers must be disciplined. They cannot afford to burn their remaining assets, be it cap space, draft picks, or players, on a risky, high-profile name that doesn't fit the current roster. They can't afford another desperate title push that comes at the cost of long-term stability. The Lakers need to be building a sustainable system, not just chasing another superstar. If Pelinka takes the wrong approach this time, the consequences could be catastrophic. LeBron James may decide it's time to walk, leaving the Lakers without their franchise player and leader. The team could find itself stuck in cap hell, with no flexibility, no young assets, and no clear direction for the future. The next few moves the Lakers make could shape their franchise for years to come, and not just next season. This is a turning point. The Westbrook trade should have been a warning, not just a lesson. The Lakers cannot afford another mistake like that. The future of the franchise, and the next decade of Lakers basketball, could depend on the decisions made in this offseason. The Lakers must not make the same mistake twice. It's time for the front office to get it right. The Los Angeles Lakers are once again at the center of major NBA speculation, and this time, the stakes couldn't be higher. With LeBron James entering what might be his final season in the league, the Lakers front office knows it has to move fast. The goal? Build a roster not only good enough to honor LeBron's legacy but also capable of surviving in a post-LeBron era. Their first big swing? Luka Doncic. And now, their second, and potentially even bigger, target? Giannis Antetokounmpo. That's right. According to several reports, including a bombshell from ESPN's Shams Charania, Giannis may be growing frustrated in Milwaukee. The Bucks were eliminated in the playoffs by the Indiana Pacers, and after a few seasons falling short of a championship, the Greek freak might be ready for a change of scenery. Add to that a report from the Spanish outlet Marca, which suggests Giannis is eyeing Los Angeles as a possible landing spot in the 2025-26 season, and suddenly the possibility becomes very real. They know their current roster isn't enough. The defense has been inconsistent, the bench unreliable, and the chemistry questionable. Giannis, on the other hand, represents everything the Lakers need: elite defense, relentless energy, MVP-level production, and leadership on and off the floor. According to insiders, Giannis has quietly expressed a desire to be part of a winning culture again. Not just a playoff team, but a serious championship contender. That puts pressure on the Bucks, who haven't been able to recreate the magic of their 2021 championship run. Meanwhile, the Lakers have reportedly shown strong interest and are willing to make significant sacrifices to land him, potentially trading 2 of their current starters and multiple future draft picks. But here's the tricky part: Giannis is still under contract. And it's not a small one. He's tied to the Bucks until at least 2028, with a deal worth around $186 million over the next 3 years. That includes a player option in the final season, giving him the power to choose whether he stays or tests free agency. This means any team that wants him before that needs to either convince the Bucks to trade him or wait until he hits the open market. From a basketball perspective, though, he's worth every penny. Just take a look at his stats over the past few seasons. 2024-25, 73 games, 30.5 points, 6.5 assists, 12.2 rebounds. 2023-24, 73 games, 30.4 points, 6.5 assists, 11.5 rebounds. 2022-23, 66 games, 30.7 points, 5.7 assists, 11.8 rebounds. 2021-22, 79 games, 30.2 points, 5.8 assists, 12.0 rebounds. 2020-21, 82 games, 28.7 points, 5.7 assists, 11.4 rebounds. That kind of production doesn't just change a team's fortunes, it can change the entire NBA landscape. But here's the catch: the Lakers aren't the only ones chasing him. Far from it. NBA analyst Bobby Marks recently revealed that 2 other franchises are gearing up to make serious plays for Giannis if he becomes available: the San Antonio Spurs and the Houston Rockets. Both teams have exactly what it takes to make a blockbuster move: young talent, flexible contracts, and a treasure trove of draft picks. Houston is coming off a strong season, finishing second in the Western Conference, and they're clearly in win-now mode. San Antonio, on the other hand, just acquired all-star guard De'Aaron Fox at the last trade deadline, signaling they're ready to build around youth and star power alike. If Giannis does push for a trade, or even just hint at being open to a new challenge, it could ignite one of the most intense bidding wars we've seen in years. The Bucks would have leverage, but pressure would mount from Giannis himself, especially if he emphasizes his desire to compete now rather than wait. And for the Lakers, this could be the defining moment of the next decade. LeBron is nearing the end. But Giannis, he could be the cornerstone of a new dynasty. Imagine the possibilities. Doncic, Giannis, and a deep supporting cast in LA under the bright lights of Crypto.com Arena, chasing titles year after year. It's the kind of move that would echo through NBA history. But make no mistake, pulling this off won't be easy. The Lakers will have to outmaneuver multiple franchises, offer real value in a trade, and convince Giannis that Los Angeles is the place to be, not just for his game, but for his legacy. So now the question is, can they do it? Time will tell. But one thing's for sure, if Giannis becomes available, the Lakers have to be all in. Because opportunities like this don't come often. And if they want to stay relevant in the post-LeBron era, this could be their one shot.